Hey everybody, welcome back to Anchored Life with Kayla. Today I wanted to share what it is like to be a working mom as a nurse, because some of you might be wondering what is a good career to have when you are a mom, you are a wife, you got priorities of your family, and those are all things that I thought about before deciding to be a nurse. When I started university to become a nurse, I was already dating my husband, and I did the first half of my degree while we were dating, and I did the second half after we got married. And so for me, it was something that I really wanted to be able to do, a career where I could work part-time and still make a good income, have a successful career where, I feel like I'm actually doing something to help people. I'm gonna try not to get hit by a car walking around after work. Got my dance class soon, which I'm excited about. Nursing is obviously one of those things that you can do shift work. There's also options for weekdays only. There's so many different options, just as many options as there are actually kinds of nursing you can do, which is so many. If you don't like one option, you just try another one. And even if you think you're not a hands-on person to be working with people bedside, there's also office jobs and research and management, so many things that you can do with nursing that don't involve actually having to deal with blood and bodily fluids. You can always get a career more like that. At least where I am in Canada, nursing is a well-paid position. It's respected, and it's something that I feel really makes a difference in people's lives, and it's a hands-on, tangible way to care for people. It's sometimes some of the worst moments in their lives. And there's a sketchy guy over there, so I'm gonna walk this way. We're just gonna turn around. So I had a day at work today. It was very good. I had a good day, nothing too crazy. It was pretty chill. That's not always the case. Sometimes it gets pretty wild and you just gotta start running and go with it. But I'm very thankful to be in a position where I have very good coworkers, supportive manager, and a little bit of ebb and flow to my days, right? Some days are super crazy and I'm exhausted after, and other days I'm okay, probably could have done a bit more today, but everyone was good, so that's all we needed. And it's kind of a nice balance for that. My first nursing job was more just crazy every single day. I just felt like I needed to get a little bit of more balance in my work life, because then it was impacting my home life too, when I was just so stressed and taking all my home time to kind of decompress from my stressful time at work. And so now I'm thankful that I found a job where I'm able to, leave my work at work for the most part. And I think that that's important, to be able to really put, everything you have into doing your work well, and then also to be able to go home and be able to give your best to your kids and your husband, whoever needs you at home. My current job, I have to drive about 55 minutes to and from work to where I live out in the country, but for me it's worth it because I have a good stable job with good people, blah blah blah, like I said before. If you want to know if I recommend nursing for being a mom, yes, the scheduling and the flexibility are really great for being a mom. If you have the right personality type for it, then I say go for it, even though it can be a quite stressful job. So you have to be aware that you are stepping into a situation where people's lives are in your hands. Another thing is, nursing school is really hard. It is so hard. I don't think there's ever been anyone who has made it through nursing school without crying. It's really good to be done it and to be making money, and you gain experience as you go, but it is such a learning curve. It is very hard, and I'm just being frank about that because it is what it is. And if you want to be a nurse, you got to do that. So I'm gonna get my stuff for my dance class now and go eat a little supper. And there's a bunch of leftovers at home. So my husband and my daughter are having that while I am gone tonight, and then tomorrow I'll figure out what I'm gonna make after work. Actually, no, I bought a lasagna at Costco. I gotta pull that out of the freezer. When you are a working mom, you need to get creative and sometimes buy frozen lasagnas at Costco. And you know what? It makes it work. Everybody's still alive and we're good. So tomorrow I'll check in and I will tell you how things are going and if I still recommend nursing. Hey, so I just finished my work for the day. I was picking up in the ambulatory clinic today and our stuff is done for the day. So I'm just taking a little break before it's time to go home. And it's actually really nice working in a different unit than what I normally work in, just to get a different change of pace, to see some different people. I just fill in for one of the nurses who goes on vacation in this other unit where they do wound care and minor procedures. If you are like me, someone who really likes to have routine and know what's coming, no surprises, then you would want to get a nursing job where you are on a surgical ward or something where clinic, something where you know who's coming in that day, mostly what to expect. If you just thrive on danger and excitement, then maybe like ER would be a great place for you. That is not a good place for me. I've tried that. It's just not my personality. I have never done well with surprises. When I was a kid, my parents would be like, okay, we're going to Grandma and Grandpa's now for supper. I'd be like, what? No one told me about this. Nobody warned me. And I would just be all stressed about the fact that I didn't know exactly what was happening in my day. And I've definitely gotten better from that. But there's no point taking a job that's just gonna grind against your natural tendencies and personality. So you need to consider that when you're figuring out what kind of position am I gonna take. I think sometimes the hours of nursing can be difficult when you have kids, when you're putting them in daycare or trying to figure out childcare, because usually if you're working a day shift, it starts at like 7 or 7:30. And so daycares or school aren't really open at that time yet, so that can be a difficult time for people. And then, you know, trying to pick them up afterwards, or if you're working night shifts. Different families have to work things out differently. Like I know one nurse, she would work nights because then her husband worked days, and then there was always somebody around for the kids, and they could be there both in the evening with the kids. So you kind of just have to figure out what works best for your family. Like I personally prefer evening shifts. I like to sleep in. I do not like waking up at 5:30 in the morning. But I ended up taking a position that was all days because it's what's working best for our family. And when my husband, who's a farmer, is busy working late into the night harvesting or seeding or something like that, then we don't have to worry about having childcare late into the evening. It's much more manageable to be able to find somebody who is willing to watch our daughter during the day, not so much at 11 o'clock at night. So we decided that the day shifts was better for our family, and that's just a sacrifice that I have willingly made for my family to be able to work it out. It is nice to be able to have supper together as a family and spend time together in the evening. I don't think it's as common to have a days only nursing position, but definitely those positions are coveted by people who want to be, you know, there for their families in the evenings. I met a PIC nurse once who did the specialized training to become the PIC nurse, so that she could work just days to be there for her family in the evening. So, you know, there's so many options, and that's the thing with nursing. And for me, I, at this point in my life, don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I like getting out of the house and doing something that is like separate from my family. I do like bringing in a paycheck, and for me, this just is what has worked out best with our family. Oh, these early mornings. If you guys have any questions for me about being a working mom in general, or specifically working as a nurse, feel free to leave those down in the comments below. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon. Here's my view out the window.